Hey everyone, it's day 20 post-surgery and it's another good day. Keep saying that, don't I? Lots of good days in a row recently, which is good. I am working today at home, second week in a row working. Still wouldn't be able to get out on the road this week. It's still a bit too uncomfortable. There's quite a lot of internal, not pain, but uncomfortableness at the moment where the muscle repair is obviously healing. So that gives you jip as you sort of move around. But I have been out for a walk today. Mr. Ahmed said that it was fine to sort of get back into it, so I didn't go very far. It was about just over probably 1.5 kilometres. It took me half an hour. Well, 26 minutes, but it was good. And what's interesting about it is that as I was walking, I could feel myself swelling, literally, like the binder getting tighter and tighter. And when I got home, I was notably more swollen than when I left. So that just shows how much you use your core just for simple walking at a slow pace, and how much my core at the moment, because it's been sewn together and it's healing, kind of doesn't like that very much and protests and tells me that it's probably not a good idea. So I'm not going to push it for the rest of the day. I'm just going to sit down, not do anything at all other than work on my laptop, and then I'll try again tomorrow. I think I'm feeling quite reflective today, all in all. So I put pictures out this morning on Instagram, and quite a lot of people said, "Where on earth did you hide it?" And it's really interesting. I went for months convinced that I didn't have any loose skin, because I actually thought it was fat, and I thought that I needed to keep losing weight. Because it looks like fat. You know, there was this big overhang, and then if I didn't pull in my core, the upper part of my torso had a lot of fat on it. And I kept doing the plan and doing the plan, the body coach plan and the trainee game plan, and thinking it would go. But I kept losing weight off everything else, but not off those bits. And it was only when I sat with Mr. Ahmed in the consultation and he said, "You can do anything you want, but this isn't going to go away because it's skin." And I was flabbergasted, really, because I honestly thought it was fat. And don't get me wrong, there was some fat there as well. But the bits that sort of, you know, I tucked into my pants, that wasn't fat, that was skin, and that was scar tissue from the cesarean sections. And no matter what I tried, it wasn't going anywhere. Now, I used to be very good at hiding it. So, because I've always been good at hiding my weight, you know, I used to dress appropriately for the size that I was, and, you know, buy quite expensive tailored dresses so that you could never see my stomach when, well, you could see it, but it wasn't as big as, you know, as it probably was in real life, because I wore good clothes. And the smaller I got, I carried on with those principles. So, you know, in all of the photos that you see of me on Instagram, you will very, very rarely see a picture of me that isn't in a top that covers that part of my tummy. I was really good at hiding it, really good at buying the right type of jeans that held me in. Ticky boos were my saviour, because they're patterned and because they're really good quality. You could put those on and it would suck your tummy in, and then if I held my core, you know, the upper part of my torso would look really good, and it was great. And even, you know, standing in a bikini or in pants, if I stood still and didn't move and took a photo, people would say, "You look amazing." And to be honest, I would say to myself, "You look amazing." But if I'd have just pulled those pants down a little bit and let out that overhang bit, totally different story. Just seeing that final inch of skin and the overhang makes all the difference in terms of the aesthetics. And I think that's the bit that shocked people the most, because you've all seen the majority of my torso. What you haven't seen is that little bit at the bottom, and that's the bit that makes me, I feel, look like the fat girl. And if I relaxed my core, then the skin on the upper torso also would sort of hang a little bit, and certainly when I was moving around or jumping around, and that's where people would see. And I remember posting on my holiday just before the operation, posting some videos of me in the gym on holiday doing box jumps. And I was in two minds whether to post that video, because I could see the skin underneath my vest top jumping up and down as I jumped on the box. And I thought, you know what? It's the reality of the situation, so I'm going to post it, because that's what happens every time I'm in the gym. That's what I go through, that's what I feel, and that's what I see. And now I'm not going to see that anymore, and now it's gone. And you stand, or I'm standing in front of the mirror every morning and watching it getting better and better as each day goes and the swelling reduces. And to stand and see something so flat at the bottom and so tight at the top, and when I turn in one direction, to the side, and not see that bump of skin, it's like everything I ever dreamed I wanted to be, and never ever thought that I would be, because I've always spent a lifetime being big. I never thought that I could do it. And yes, I've needed some help to get there in terms of a surgeon, and I'm incredibly lucky that I'm in that position. But to now see the fruition of everything that I've done, it's incredible. And today I got this off one of the Leanies, Janice, who I've been friends with now since the beginning. And it says on the bottom here, it's a Wordle, and it's got Big Girls Journey to Lean and Body Coach and Trinity and fat loss and all the things that summarise my journey. And then at the bottom it says the final piece of the jigsaw. And it honestly feels like that's what this is. I feel like I am finally where I want to be, and it's just made it all worthwhile. So on that note, I will leave you to enjoy your evening, and I will speak to you tomorrow.